Hello everyone. How are you all doing? I hope you're all doing wonderful. And today I have a topic for us about time management. It's something that I hear people talk about all the time, and it's something that we want to have more control of our days and getting everything done. So, I'd like to talk about time management and more about self management, self mastery. And if you see me looking down, it's because I have my bullet points down here so I don't miss anything. So I'll be sharing some real life examples to, make it a little bit more practical and easy to understand. So this is coming from a post that I recently made on Instagram about to-do lists and how it always seems like we have these huge to-do lists and never have enough time to get them all done. And how we always just want to be in control of time. And there are some interesting things I want to say about this, so stick around. So time is an illusion. Einstein once put it that, 1 hour with your love feels like a minute or two, and 1 hour on a hot stove and 1 minute on a hot stove feels like an hour. So it's like time moves differently in different things. So, think of things in our life where 5 minutes could feel like forever, like when we're trying to exercise, and an hour can fly by doing something that we love or zone out in, like Facebook or something. But I'd like to say that time is in our control, that we are the source of how it works for us. And a book I'd highly recommend for this is The Big Leap by Ray Hendricks. It's amazing. Now, I know that was kind of out there, that time is like an illusion and such, but I'd like to make it a little bit more practical now. I mean, that stuff is still true, but it is a little bit harder to wrap your mind around. That's why I'd really recommend reading what Ray Hendricks said, because it's so good. So, how time moves at different paces, or it just seems time can suddenly appear or disappear. So for me with music, I would always have my music stuff in around our living room is where I'd practice. And I do violin and cello. And I would never find the time to practice. There just never was time. And also inside, I never wanted to because I was learning the instruments and I didn't like the way it sounded. And then I was always thinking about what is everybody else thinking, and oh, it's so scratchy, and oh, scales over and over again. So yeah, I would never practice. So then I was like, okay, I have to do something. So I just put all my instruments in my room. And then I started practicing because I could shut the door and I wouldn't feel so bad about sounding, not so great. And then I found a way that it just gave me 20 minutes extra time, is I would just keep the instruments out on their stand instead of putting them away and keeping them in a box. And that just gave me 20 minutes of time. It was so crazy. I was like, it does not take me 20 minutes to take my things out of their box. But it did. I just got all that extra time. And anyways, so it's kind of interesting. So just start thinking about where are you splitting the energy? Because I feel like it's more of splitting the energy dimensions, So if you can keep it easy and streamlined and all in one place, it streamlines the energy and the time just flows. So some questions you can ask yourself are where are you splitting the energy? And how can you align them better? And the answer may not come right away. Excuse me, my voice. My throat is dry. Anyways. And then another thing is how can you take out making so many decisions? Because say if you want to exercise, but you're like trying to find the exercise, then trying to decide if you want to do it, like half an hour can go by and you could have already had your workout. So like try to have your decisions and like stick to it. So it's not every day that you're deciding, oh, should I work out or not, you know? And don't underestimate just 15 minutes every day, because it's what we do every day that gives us the results. And it all adds up. So just do 15 minutes, make it easy and fun. So, excuse me, it's my throat. It's like so dry. I don't talk this much. So time is an illusion. Because like for God, time exists all at the same field. He knows the past, the present, the future. It's like all happening at once. Whereas for us, it's like we're experiencing it in a different way. But are we? Something to think about. So, because like on some dimension, time doesn't exist. It's unlimited. So anyways. So my throat is going out, it's getting dry, but another thing I want you to check is like, how can you make things so that you enjoy them? Because when you enjoy things, the time goes by and you can get the thing done. So like with cooking, I help out with the cooking in our house quite a bit, like about 50%. And I used to not like doing it because I felt like it was taking me away from what I wanted to be doing. And then I realized that, oh, I can just like put my earbuds in and listen to this talk that I've been wanting to listen to. And then the time flies by and now I look forward to cooking. So it might be something you want to like look into yourself. Like write down all the things you enjoy and how you can make the things you don't enjoy like 1% more enjoyable by lighting a candle or using your favorite soap for the dishwashing and with your favorite scent, or I don't know. You come up with it yourself. But it does help the time to go by when you're doing something you don't exactly like. Another thing to check is to check like what time flies by with for you. Because like you can be on Facebook for 45 minutes and it's like, it seemed like it was only 2 minutes, you know? Whereas like trying to exercise and like hold a hard pose or like the plank position for like 1 minute, you could be like shaking and being like, when is this 1 minute over? You know? So like why in the middle of your workout do you need to check Facebook? Like why do we have that urge? You know, like where is that urge coming from? And I found for myself that it actually is self-sabotage, which is like when you're reaching a new level that you keep trying, your body just keeps pulling yourself back to your comfort zone. So it's just something to, you know, be aware of and keep your eye on. Or at least for me, that is. So like this is where the self-mastery part of time management comes in. Because if you have self-mastery, you don't really need time management. So like social media, TV, wasting times with friends that don't add value to you. Like why and when are you doing it? Like really start being aware. Just have it in your mind. And you'll start noticing things that will buy you back time. Because most people, they'll watch TV for like 3 or 4 hours a day. Imagine what you could do in 3 or 4 hours a day, and especially over like a year. That is so many hours. So just like see how we can like redeem the time, because our time is so limited and your time is so precious. So just be doing it on the things that you need to do and that you want to do and that bring you enjoyment. And I have a course coming out soon that you will love if you are self-sabotaging, which is like when you reach higher limits, your body keeps, or your subconscious keeps bringing you down to your comfort zone. Like that's why we can exercise for a week and then we will totally like binge eat and not exercise at all, because we fall back to our comfort zone. So, because there is the catching yourself when you're doing stuff like that, the self-sabotaging, like catching that, oh, this is self-sabotage. But then there's also the following through with it. Because you can be like, oh yeah, I'm catching myself eating sweets because I exercise so much. but then you have to actually stop eating the sweets. And that's when we have to like reprogram our mind to have, new neural pathways. So we're not always falling back into our old habits so that we can make our new ones. Because like Tony Robbins says, if you see someone successful in something, just emulate what they do and you will have success in that thing. So anyways, I hope you guys enjoyed this and found it helpful. And as always, like, comment, and subscribe. And I will see you in the next one. Bye!